Fellow Americans, as I stated before, again and again on television, radio, and newspapers, and on page 89 of my new book, Not Called for President, we have to step up our conservation efforts before it's too late. We're not protecting our lands and natural resources. You look at the Grand Canyon, for example. Sure, at one time it was a beautiful piece of land, and look how we let it go. Also in my best-selling Pat Paulson for President book,
hold it, Pat. Hold it. Just what do you think you're doing?
I was just talking to my fellow Americans.
Well, who are you kidding? You're using our show to plug your book.
Well,
it's a cheap trick. It's a cheap, rotten, dirty... It's a cheap trick. You don't see my brother or myself coming out and plugging our new album, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, with all these pictures in a colored fold-out jacket available in a record store at a reasonable price. You don't see us coming around plugging things like that.
Okay, hold it, both of you. This is one of the lowest things I've ever seen you two pull. You, a presidential candidate, and you, my own brother. What do you think this is, a used car lot or something? Hi there, I'm Tom Smothers, so you're a crummy car. You haven't got any taste at all? Now get out. I mean it, get out, both of you. Just get out. Go on. This is the worst case of flagrant commercialism I've ever seen. I mean it. Get out!
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour with guest stars Nancy Sinatra, Arron Williams, Pat Paulson. Special guest stars from London, the Beatles. The Jimmy Joint Singers and the Long Point Extra Dance Crew. And Nelson Riddle and his orchestra.
Such a beautiful house. And it's all ours.
And the bank's.
We can put the sofa there and grandfather clock here.
And this is the den.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Take the easy chair.
Does it come with an ashtray?
Oh, here. Try this.
Thanks. I'd like to try another cigarette, too. Tastes hot.
I know what you mean. Picked these up today.
Long size cools? Sounds promising.
Come up to the cool taste.
Taste extra coolness in an extra length.
Say, honey, you got those cools?
Right here.
Like them?
Uh-huh.
Come up to the cool taste.
Try new Cool Filter Longs, the only extra-length cigarette with a taste of extra coolness. Cool Filter Longs, Cool Filter Kings. 2 sizes, 1 taste. A cool taste.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, the Smothers Brothers.
Right this way, folks. Get your tickets here. The Honey House tour is about to begin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Honey House. As you may know, this has now become a national shrine. You may be interested to know that also last month alone, over 17,000 people visited us here at the Honey House. Now, we have a real special treat for you today. Your guide for the tour will be none other than the actual husband of Honey.
Oh, man. Thanks a lot.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here he is now to tell his story.
That's him. That's him.
See the tree, how big it's grown, but friends, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big. I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twist. And then the first snow came and she ran out to brush the snow away so it wouldn't die. Came came running in all excited, slipped and almost hurt herself. And I laughed till I cried. And honey, I miss you. And I'm being good. I'd love to be with you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll be kind enough to follow me, we will now enter the home where Honey lived, Honey played, and Honey grew up.
We're gonna go inside. Go inside.
She was kinda young at heart, kinda dumb and kinda smart, and I loved her so. I surprised her with a puppy, kept me up all Christmas Eve 2 years ago. And it would sure embarrass her when I came home from working late, 'cause I would know that she'd be sitting there and crying over some sad and silly late show. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good. I'd love to be with you, if only I could. Wrecked the car and she was so afraid that I'd be mad. But what the heck?
Honey, what would you have done if I had done something like that?
Probably broken your neck.
Though I pretended hard to be, I guess you could say she saw through me and hugged my neck. I came home unexpectedly and found her crying in the middle of the day. And it was in the early spring when the flowers bloom and robins sing. She went away, and honey, I miss you, and I'm being good. I'd love to be with you, if only I could. Yes, one day while I wasn't home, while she was there and all alone, the angels came. Now all I have is memories of honey, and I wake up nights and call her name. Then now my life's an empty stage where honey lived and honey played and love grew up. And a small cloud passes overhead, cries down on the flower bed that honey loved. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good. I love if only I could.
I'm sure that you folks were as touched with this sad story as other thousands of people who have passed through the doors, or the millions who have bought the record.
I bought the record.
Wonderful. If you follow me, I'll show you the honey souvenir room, where you'll all have a chance to pick up some little memento that will always remind you of the story of honey. Okay, folks, no pushing. Let me...
We'll get something for your mother.
Let me call your attention to some of the more popular items. The Honey I Miss You pillows, only $3.98. The Honey dolls, only $1.50. Please pay the cashier. Stuffed honey puppies, miniature wrecked cars for the kids, crying towels, and I'm being good buttons. And of course, Don't forget that million-selling record, Honey. Well, enjoy yourselves, and I hope to see you all again sometime at the Honey House. Now I bid you a fond farewell, as I must look after our honey husband.
Greatest thing that ever happened. Honey, now listen, I want to get 2 red cars.
I want to get one of
Kids,
these.
and let's get your mother and I.
Well, how'd it go?
Well, it went okay, man, but I'm pushed. I can't go through this again, Tommy. No more honey husbands today, all right? I know, we got one more tour.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, take it.
No, you can't ask me to do that.
Now, listen, you did it once, remember? You did it once and you were great. They loved you.
Last month, I did it all last
Yes,
month.
yeah, but you're so pathetic. They eat it up. Come on now, come on, take it off. Let's check. You have my jacket. Oh, I really appreciate it,
I'm
Tommy.
only doing this because I like you.
I know. I'll do you a favor tomorrow. I mean, maybe we'll do something
You
different.
played husband all week.
Okay.
Go get him.
Oh, boy. They're going to love you, boy. I'm going to set it up. You. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Honey House. We have a special treat for you tonight because your personal guide will be none other than the original Honey Husband. Yes, the actual Honey Husband. And here he is to tell you his own story of his love and his life.
For 1969, Ford presents The Going Thing.
Ford, it's a whole new thing. It's what's happening. It's the going thing.
LTD 1969 with a longer wheelbase, a wider tread, and more car than anything in its class, with a spacious and comfortable Ford front room. And the only car that can top the original Mustang, the 1969 Mustang. It goes all the way out to the high-performance Mach 1. All the way up to the cool, luxurious Grande. And the hot Torino, America's success car, back with new winners. The Going Thing at your Ford dealers. The place you've got to go to see what's going on.
Ford gives you better ideas. Ford gives you better ideas.
Boys and girls, Miss Nancy Sinatra.
Rain falling down, children all around, and I'll be their birthday party clown. It's a time for girls and boys. And just look at me, happy as can be, taking pleasure just to see them. Playing with their toys. I haven't heard a word from you and wondering what you're doing. Wish that you could see them too and be here by my side. And almost every day one of them will say, why do you ever have to go away? And the tears are so hard to hide. It's such a lonely time of year. Holidays or birthdays, summer days or winter days, any day when you're not here. Now Johnny's getting big and Mary's like a twig, and little Joe, he's so grown up, and he's handsome as can be. free. But looking at him now, it's funny. Somehow I get the strangest feeling. You're standing right here by me. Now he's so much like a man, reaching for my hand, trying so hard to understand why my mood is changed. I've got to turn my face away, I don't know what to say, try and get myself together and keep from calling out your name. It's such a lonely time of year. Holidays or birthdays, summer days or winter days, any day when you're not here. It's such a lonely time of year. Holidays or birthdays, summer days or winter days, any day when you're not here.
That was a lovely song. You sang it beautifully, and the meaning was quite significant in all its
Thank you, Tom.
all it is.
I like your outfit.
Thank you very much.
What is that for?
This is a fun outfit.
Oh,
You're
okay.
gonna have fun.
Can I do it too?
Yes,
All
put
right.
that on. Now I'd like to introduce the musicians in the next number. Me. As you've probably guessed, we're going to do a jug band number. Well, Nancy, we've got the band.
Okay, Tom. I've got the jugs. Now, when I was a cowboy out on the western plains, I said when I was a cowboy out on the western plains, you know me and my bunch of cowboys, we run into Jesse James. Call me cow, cow, yicky, cow, cow, yicky, yicky, yay. Oh, when me and my bunch of cowboys run into Jesse James. When me and my bunch of cowboys run into Jesse James. You know the bullets was a fly, just like showers of rain. Cow, 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 yicky, cow, cow, yicky, yicky, yay. What is it, Tommy? What's the matter?
Got some cow yicky.
If your house catches fire and there ain't no water around, if your house catches fire and there ain't no water around, just throw your children out the window and let the doggone shack burn down. Cow, cow, yicky, cow, cow, yicky, yicky, yay. Yay, yay. Oh, oh, oh.
this is my new partner, Whitey. Hey, I like you, man. Looks like you're going to work out all right.
Well, thank you, Arron. I'm glad you feel that way. As a matter of fact, some of my best friends are Negro ventriloquists.
Well, that's good because some of my best friends are white dummies.
It's less than 2 feet wide. And it rolls on casters. It attaches to the faucet, so you can have water to wash your clothes. And it rolls on casters. It has 2 speeds, and it rolls on casters. It has 4 cycles, and it rolls on casters. But the nicest thing about this Whirlpool automatic washer is that you can have it installed permanently, and then it doesn't roll on casters.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next President of the United States, Patrick L. Paulson.
Many of you are probably asking, why have I waited so long to choose a running mate? Well, I have no intention of reaching into the political grab bag and grabbing any man as my running mate. I'm going to reach in and grab a woman. Now, I'm not going to flaunt my wife before you because my wife would be very hard to flaunt. But a female running mate is not as strange as it sounds. In fact, it sounds kind of strange the other way. When we nominate a man and tell him he can have his choice of anybody in the country as his running mate, why does he always pick another man? Even our American folk heroes have traditionally preferred women as their running mates. When Tarzan was looking for a mate to run with, he swung in the bushes until he found Jane. Someone he could really swing with. Historically, the great leaders of other countries have always teamed up with women. Now take the Roman Empire, for example. You never hear people talking about Antony and Brutus. Well, maybe a little talk. But it was Antony and Cleopatra who made history. In European countries, have you ever heard people drink a toast to the king and prince? No, it's always the king and queen. And the queen is nearly always a woman. I say it is time we restored some glamour to our own White House. The vice presidency is mainly a public relations job, making speeches and goodwill tours, telling everyone what a great guy the president is and what a swell job he's doing. So who would our troops overseas prefer to have for a visit? Miss America or Spyro Agnew? Or who would be the best asset to influence Congress? Joey Heatherton or Edmund Muskie? My vast experience tells me that if I get a woman for a running mate, all the man's right to go back over something again. My vast experience tells me that if I get a woman for a running mate, all the women of this country will come over to my side, bringing all the men with them. And when we're all together, it'll be pretty crowded and very exciting. Now, it should be obvious why I've waited so long to make my selection. When you have every woman in the country to choose from, it takes a while to narrow down the list. So just remember that behind every great man, there's a woman. And in front of every great woman, there's a man. And if you elect me president, I'll work myself in there somewhere.
A lot of the candidates, if you've been watching, there's been a lot of discussion of Section 315, I think it is, an equal time provision for presidential candidates to have an opportunity to express themselves on television from answers and questions and all kinds of things posed at him. Pat Paulson has been denied this opportunity. So we'd like to take some moment at this time to open up questions which will reveal his philosophy to the American public and for you people here in the audience to pose some of these questions. Gentleman, young man right on the aisle, right out there.
Who is your running mate?
I don't have a running mate as yet. In fact, I think I want to share it with anybody. I possibly, I'm thinking about a woman. I think I'd like to put my best front forward.
Right here.
Mr. Paulson, what do you think about foreign aid?
Foreign aid? Well, I think we've got along with it pretty well. We don't need it. We can do it ourselves. Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think that the polls show Nixon running so far ahead at this stage?
Why do the polls show Nixon running so far ahead? I think it's basically because he's in front right now. Personally, I don't have, a lot of people talk about the polls and they make jokes about them, but I know a lot of people are Polish and I think they're all right.
That fellow right over here. Young man with the, yes, with the beads on.
If you are elected, I'd like to know, will you protect the constitutional rights of mustaches?
Well, I protect the constitutional rights of mustaches. Not unless I grow one myself. Otherwise, we'll put all the rest of them in camps. Only kidding, of course.
Yes, of course you're kidding.
I'd have to say, let me answer that question rightly. I'd like to say that get right to the point and take note of the fact that the heart of the issue, in the final analysis, escapes me.
What's the matter?
All righty.
You have a choice.
Back here in the back, but you, sir. Right over here.
Do you feel, Mr. Paulson, that when you're elected president, your popularity also will fail you?
My popularity will fail me if I'm elected president? Well, I think I expect that I'll probably get a lot more laughs than the president.
Let me push that question. Do you feel that to become a president of the United States, that it necessarily means that you lose the support or the popularity that the people have voted you in? Do you think that's necessary, or do you think
No,
you
it's
can
not
avoid
necessary,
that?
but it sure seems to happen a lot.
Do you think you can avoid that?
Well, I'd like to give you a straightforward answer on that. I really don't know. I'd like to avoid it. I think I could do the things that are necessary. Let's see. Get that girl? Yes, ma'am.
Don't get her, actually. I know the way you are when you're campaigning.
Yes. How do you know? Over here, yes, ma'am.
Mr. Paulson, I'd like to know, who are your supporters? In other words, whom do you represent?
Who do I represent? I think I represent the all people like me across the country. The beautiful people. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you said you were looking for a woman running mate. I'd like to volunteer.
You'd like to volunteer as my first lady? I guarantee you wouldn't be my first lady. But you can be my next. Certainly not my last, no. Yes, ma'am. Little girl, yes.
Do you think the voting age should be lowered?
The voting age should be lowered to puberty. And they should lock them up till they're 25. 18 is the right age. I think when people are about that young, they start to think, and I think and they quit about 30. Somewhere around there, they stopped thinking. Yes, the back, sir?
Stevenson had a hole in his shoe. You're showing mismatched socks. Are you going to advocate mismatching socks?
I haven't shown that. People might. Did you just see him over here? Kind of a new trend I'm starting, along with honesty in government.
Well, there's a lot of talk about birth control now. What are your views on birth control?
Well, birth control, I think what we should rely on more is self-control.
Let Pat Carlson sound like all the other candidates. You can't tell where they stand. Looks like I'm gonna have to vote for George Wallace.
Hey, are you crazy?
What do you mean?
I know I have a lot to do with what you say, but I won't have any part of that last statement. You know how that man feels about us.
Yeah, but at least he's honest about it.
We'll be right back with Dancing Sinatra, Pat Paulson, and the Beatles on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
Silver Thins, the impossible cigarette. Lowest in tar and nicotine of all 100s. Lower than most King, yet better taste. Can a cigarette that tastes as good as Silver Thins possibly be that low in tar and nicotine? Read the latest government figures. Try the impossible cigarette. Silver Thins, now in menthol too.
Ladies and gentlemen, several weeks ago, the Beatles called us from London, asking us if we'd be interested in having them on tape. They taped a presentation of their hit song, Jude. And of course we said yes. And we will be the only television show to have this film, and we're very proud to have it. It's a fantastic performance by them, because most of the films are things of the Beatles that have been on television. Recently, the last several years, have been films over records, and they're performing live, and it's very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of all of us, meet the Beatles.
1, 2, 3.
Sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you begin to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder. For well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a
soft?
Too hard.
Too hard.
Too soft.
Too hard.
People shopping for a new mattress usually want two things, firmness and comfort. The problem is finding both qualities in one mattress. Some mattresses are park bench hard,
Too hard.
while other mattresses you think are really comfortable are much too soft.
Too soft.
Too soft.
Luckily, there is one mattress that's firm without being hard and comfortable without being soft. The Sealy Posturepedic. Posturepedic is the mattress designed in cooperation with leading orthopedic surgeons for firm support. Posturepedic promises no morning backache from sleeping on a too soft mattress and no park bench feeling from sleeping on a too hard mattress. The one and only Posturepedic, made only by Sealy.
In the beginning was the Word.
And tonight, the word is love.
Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, sunshine. Say the word love. Say the word love.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the word for tonight is love. And with the help of Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary, we start at the beginning and explore what the word love actually means.
Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary. La 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 la. Page 498. Love. L-O-V-E, love. Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary. La 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 la. 5 meanings are given. 1. Love, a feeling of strong personal attachment induced by sympathetic understanding or by ties of kinship. Ardent affection.
Caris, Ananka, Caris.
Listen, when you bring my mother back from the great beyond, will you tell her how much I love her? I want to apologize to her for all the things I've done and I bothered her. Quiet. I never had a chance to tell her when she was alive. I want to apologize to her for bothering when she was reading, sleeping, and everything. I even bothered when she was asleep. And I really want to. I want to say how sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Come, Great Spirit.
Tom.
Mom? Yes, Mom?
Will you quit bugging me?
Strong liking thought, feeling fondness, having good will, as in love of learning, as in love of country, as in love of country.
Tom, please don't go. Please.
I have to, honey. I have to defend my country. I have to do what I can to make this country and the world free for democracy. I love my country.
Last night you said you loved me.
Well, I do. I do love you, but it's different. It's different. I love both of you, but I love my country. It's different.
But I kiss better than your country.
I know, but I can't grow corn on you. Why, you don't have spacious skies or amber waves of grain, or purple mountains' majesty above thy fruited Yes, America, I love you. I'd do anything for you, America. I'd walk through mud up to my neck. I'd be my love, for no one else can end this yearning.
Be tender, tender and passionate affection for one of the opposite sex.
Cupid, the god of love. Oh, this is my magic bow and arrow.
Is this seat taken?
Why, no.
Oh, do you mind if I sit with you?
Not at all. Please, please do.
Thank you very much.
Just in time, a likely couple. Is this seat taken?
Tennis, love in tennis means no points scored, and you have nothing, and you have nothing.
do you know what hate really is?
Yes, it's that feeling I get when I look at the color of your skin.
And I feel the same way when I look at your skin. Now, wait a minute, fellas, wait a minute. You guys don't really hate each other, do you?
Of course not.
No, we like each other. Well, why don't you guys act like human beings?
That's just what we were doing.
Say the word love. Say the word love. It's so fine, it's sunshine. Say the word love. Say the word love.
If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, well, if you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette. Of course, we can't guarantee it'd smoke as smooth as a Tareyton. Face it, if you want your cigarette to smoke as smooth as a Tareyton, it'll just have to be a Tareyton with the activated charcoal filter. That's why us Tareyton smokers would rather fight than switch.
We'd like to thank our guests for tonight, Arron Williams, Pat Paulson, and our special guest star, Miss Nancy Sinatra, and of course... next week, our guest will...
Before you go into that, I think we should answer publicly some of the mail that we've received asking us about, our vacations.
Our summer vacation?
Well, we sort of sloughed through it, but I think there's enough people interested in what we did on the summer.
Well, Dick, I had such an exciting summer. I can't begin to tell you that it was just I was a producer of a big Hollywood show and got to book things like dancers and stuff.
Wow.
It was an exciting thing, and I thought it was a really exciting summer.
Oh, that's really great. I thought I had an exciting summer racing automobiles, but it sure wasn't as exciting as yours.
Oh, it sure wasn't, Dickie.
No, but it was fun, though.
I'm sure you think yours was fun, but my summer was more than fun.
You probably couldn't even explain how exciting.
Hey, why don't we show that film? Just roll that film. The film we made of about each other's summers.
Oh, the film we made?
And let the people see and judge.
Okay, what's the name of the film?
The name of the film is entitled "How We Spent Our Summer Vacation."
There it is. They're getting ready for my race. This is a race I had in Oklahoma, and it shows how you have to prepare your car, Tommy. So you can't do a race like we do the show.
How fast your cars go?
About 140, 50.
Really?
Yeah, they're not very fast. They're smaller ones.
Oh, this is me having one of my exciting moments. I was making a fairly heavyweight...
Now, here we are. That's the start of the race. This is a formula. This is a professional race. I figured I'd start at the top and work my way down. And that's the Formula A cars. They're just like Indianapolis. Oh.
Here, I just thought of a great idea. Let me tell you. What I did was
That's my car, number 9. I raced that car all summer, Tommy, about 5 summers.
What are you doing here?
I had a mistake.
What happened? There I am.
Now, here I am again. And I wasn't too happy. The car broke. But there I am going back because you should never say die. You should always get out there and drive the car.
I just died.
And they were getting towards the end of the race.
Did you win?
No, I never win.
Did you play?
That's my team member who races for your name and my name, Lucille. He just won the professional race. As you could see, Tom, I'm having no fun. There's nobody, just girls and stuff.
Well, there I was again.
That's the end. As they could all see, we had a very short summer. But who do you think had the most exciting summer? Honestly. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell from that film, actually. I would say that.
Close.
So you did have a more exciting summer than a big deal, but use a cheap, second-rate, crummy trick.
No,
use a trick.
What trick?
You risked your life.
Our guest next week will be direct from London, the Beatles, Miss Barbara Feldon, and Bill Medley. So good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Audience participants selected in advance. Also appearing on tonight's show is Murray Roman, vacation film by Group One. This is Roger Carroll.
Volkswagen announces the most exciting news in Volkswagen history: a fully automatic transmission. Available as an option in the 1969 Volkswagen Fastback and in the 1969 Volkswagen Squareback Sedan. This is what it looks like. And this is how it works.